Okay. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Oh, I can hear you very well.
Oh,
So, hello everybody. This is another episode of the Suzie Wokabi podcast, and I have an incredible guest for you guys today. I'm so jealous of you because you get to witness this amazingness that is he. Um, I'm going to call him, okay, so self described thinker, author, business strategist, inspirational speaker, um, absolute passionate African. And then my word for him is just leader, because that's what he used to be. And then he is the founder of a bunch of amazing things, which we will get into as we get into the conversation. So let me welcome for you today, Dr. Wale Akinyemi.
hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. Thank you
Oh,
for having me here.
I'm so happy to have you here. How are you?
I'm awesome, Susie. And you? You're looking as beautiful, as gorgeous as ever.
Wow, thank you. I don't feel it. These times are not helpful. I'm being told I need like vitamin D, like I'm looking pale, so it's okay.
Oh, you've been indoors. You've not been going out.
No, not much, not much. I go to the supermarket.
Yeah, my kids have been trying to get me to at least walk out of the door and just go outside.
Yeah, yes. And me and you have talked many times about how we are ambivert. We're ambiverts. We're not introverts. Like
I don't
I saw
know. You know
an
those
ambivert.
definitions?
An
I
ambivert
just
is
love my
between
own company.
an introvert and an extrovert, where like you are such a boisterous person. Please, nobody would ever call you an introvert, but you might try to define yourself as,
I
and I
am
would, I do the same
because
thing.
Because you see, I do that when the occasion demands it. But
And then
my
it finishes
default,
your
my
when your
natural
energy is
pace,
finished.
I just go back. I can stay in my study here all day, all week, all month. I enjoy my
So
own company. You and I, we
but
have
then
our most profitable conversations at 3 a.m., you know,
on WhatsApp, right?
on WhatsApp.
Bugging each other because we woke up by mistake. I know. So listen, you tell me what. Tell me where it started. Tell me you're a Kenyan Nigerian.
I wrote a song
we
about Kenya.
we we've adopted you.
I call myself a Nigerian of Kenyan descent.
Uh-huh.
And I am so in love with Kenya. I wrote a song about Kenya. I'm sending it to you right now.
A
I
song?
actually did write a
You're a
Kenyan.
songwriter now. I'm putting down that note. Uh-huh.
music,
Send it.
music was my first love before you.
Dr. Wale. Okay. So you're a songwriter. Since
Yeah,
when?
Susie, we are together. I'm a creative.
So
I'm a
it's
creative.
all around. It's all the
Yes.
things.
And so when I'm happy, I write. It could be writing a book, writing a poem, writing a song. When I'm unhappy, I write. When things are good, I write. When things are bad, I write.
Oh, fantastic. So that makes complete sense. Complete sense.
Mm.
Speaking of writing, I forgot to get your books here together on my set, on my very, very weird set. So this is one of my favorite.
Okay, great.
And then I have this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, The Billionaire Within. Why do some dream of success while others wake up to achieve it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and that guy.
Mental independence.
Yes, but then there's still more I have somewhere in my on my bookshelf.
You don't have this.
Um,
This is drive.
no, no, you haven't.
Intentional
Yeah, I haven't
living.
got that.
Intentional living for exceptional leadership. This
That
is
sounds amazing.
beyond
Beyond
intelligence. The
intelligence.
simple practice of staying relevant. What else do we
Uh-huh.
have here? I have quite a lot of them that I don't know. You don't have
That
them.
I don't have that I need to come and I'll come and get. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
And then we're still like figuring out how to write. So you guys, I'm putting this on record. He's writing a book about me. So if
Absolutely.
if
The
if you
legend.
can hear if you can hear me, and if I need to like sue him one day for not doing it, then it's on record. So Wale, now how did you end up in Kenya? You weren't born here.
I wasn't born here. I've had two missionary journeys to Kenya. My first my first was in 1994. I was here from
Uh-huh.
94 to 98. Then I went to America and I spent some time in America. And then
Where in the States were
Africa,
you?
I was in Seattle, Washington. Then
Oh
the
my gosh.
African,
The place with the highest suicide rate in the world.
absolutely. But have you seen the weather? It is so depressing.
Dreary all day, every day.
Mm,
Yeah.
absolutely. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So then I came. The African passion was burning. So I went to Nigeria, and things didn't work out for me in Nigeria. And so a friend of mine
Yeah.
in Kenya, in Kilifi, told me, he said, "Hey, why don't you come over?" And I came to Kenya, and hey, I fell in love,
And stayed.
and
Ah,
that's it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I understand completely. I was away for 10 years and but also always in my head, coming back home was never like not an option. Like I had to
Yeah.
come back home at some point. So, okay, so we're Kenyans at heart.
Oh yeah,
And
not
then
just at heart,
tell me
everything.
tell me what yeah. Tell me what quadrillion things that you have done through the years. Okay, so apart from, I know the recent things are like the Street University and Power Talks, we'll talk about that. But since you settled here, what did you get up to and why?
You know,
Inspire us.
writing has been at the core of everything.
Yeah.
And writing has been very, very instrumental to
Uh-huh.
every other thing that has happened in my life. I used to write
Okay.
emails just because I love writing. So those days I would write emails about, leadership, about Africa, about
Yeah.
organizations and all that. And,
Yeah.
people would forward the emails, forward them around. And I didn't know one of those emails got into the mailbox of a man called Samson Osero, who was then the principal of the HR college.
Hmm.
Now, I never heard of him before.
Uh-huh.
But
Samson
apparently he
Osero.
liked Samson Osero. He liked what he saw. Not long after, he
Uh-huh.
now became the CEO, the executive director of the Institute for Human Resource Management. When he became the executive
Uh-huh.
director, he was going to have his first conference as a CEO, and he remembered the article,
Mm-hmm.
and he invited me to come and speak.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest, as they say, is
Oh,
history.
fantastic.
There I
It's
was in
history.
front of all these HR people. And so one thing led to another. That opened a massive door for me. Another
Oh,
massive door
nice.
opened when somebody from the newspaper had been reading my articles that I'd been sending around, and then reached out to me and said, "Would you like to write for the newspaper?" I thought they were kidding. And so next thing they said, "Send us 2 articles." I sent 2 articles. They, ran them for 2 weeks. They said the
Published
reception
them.
is really good. And that's how I got a column in the papers. Now, I get a column in the papers.
Nice.
And
So
I'm
now
writing.
this is you in, you're now making a name for yourself, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It all started with writing. Then I am writing in the papers, and then one day, of course, that opens massive doors for me. Organizations are calling me. Then one day, somebody sends me an email and says, "Oh, I read your article. It was really nice. I'd like to meet with you." And this was at the Kenya School of Government. I did not even know there was a place like the Kenya School of Government. So I went. The person that invited me was the Director General, Professor Margaret Kobia.
Oh, nice.
So
yes.
I get there, and next thing we have conversation, and they tell me to begin to. That's how I began to teach at the Strategic Leadership Development Program for the Kenya School of Government. That opened me to a whole new world. So
another place.
That has been the journey, and a lot of times people are scared to just start, and I've always believed, start where you are, start small, think big, grow fast.
I love it.
And
no, that's exactly right.
I did not even have a computer, because by the time I came here, I had lost everything. I was going to a cyber cafe. That's where I was sending emails from.
Oh my gosh.
And hey, here we are today.
So where does the title doctor come from?
Oh, wow. Now, my background is in demography and social statistics. Okay? So
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. I'm a
researcher in my DNA. But a lot of people don't know that. But
I see.
I think that's why I'm a very inquisitive person. I'm a very, very inquisitive person, because my whole training is research. My very first job years ago was as a researcher at the Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies. So I'm an academic guy. I may not look like
you're completely an academic, and I obviously and a reader, and that's really important to you, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
But then you're still such a but does that you switch that into creative? Because those are two different things.
I don't know. Maybe I'm one of the weird people on earth.
You're an all-in-one.
Because look at this. You see all these books on the table right now.
Yes.
Okay, that are not on the shelf. All the ones on the table are the books I'm reading at the moment. I read 4 to 5 books at a go.
What is it? Oh my God! What?
But another reason why I write, Suzie, is because I never want to become irrelevant.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
So I'm reading, and these books. I'm starting an online. We have the online university. I had to learn about that. This is 6 billion shoppers, and it talks about e-commerce. The house that Alibaba built. So,
oh my God, Jack Ma. Hello, Jack Ma.
I never go into the house that Jack Ma built here. I never go. This is a team of teams. I never.
But then also, I think also. You travel. You've been traveling a lot, right?
Oh my goodness! I was doing on the average about 100,000 miles a year.
And so COVID has stopped that, but that is part of it. And also, that's when I read the most, is when I'm on a plane, or and then I'll take your books with me, and I'll squeeze out all of them.
I get to Rome at about 3 a.m.
Stay there and read.
2:30 and 3 every day. This is another cool one. It's called Bezonomics. About Jeff Bezos, how Amazon, some Jeff Bezos.
Bezonomics, eh? So I'm a watcher. I'm more of a watcher than a reader.
Uh-huh.
But I'm watching about there's all this stuff going on about, of course, in this time, like Jack Ma and like Jeff Bezos, and so that's what I'm going to invest in. You, and you have them all there. I'm going to come and pick them up from you before I travel.
Wrong number.
So yeah, okay, fantastic. Okay, so there's the reading bit, but you haven't still answered where the doctor title comes from.
Yes, so I started, I'm a researcher, but where that came from, and this is breaking news right now.
Okay. Breaking news on the Suzie Wokabi podcast.
A lot of people don't know this part of me.
Tell me.
Do you know I'm also a theologian?
What is wrong with you? Tell me. See, I've already finished my book making notes about what you're talking about. Tell me.
Yeah, because we need to understand what governs our existence here.
I agree. I agree.
And so that is where a lot of study came from in theology.
So theology.
And, yes. So
you're so funny, and that's where the title comes from.
Yes, but I still want to read more. And the reason I've started the Street University is because I realized
don't go there. Don't go there like that. Tell us, what is the Street University?
What is the Street University?
Yeah.
All my life, Suzie, everything I have done has been leading to this point.
And you've told me this many times.
Yes. In 2003 or so, when I started my company, it was Power Talks originally was 100% an online training program. I will show you something. This is more breaking news.
Okay, tell us. Do the break it all. Break it all.
You see how big this manual is?
Yeah, massive. Yes.
So the business model for Power Talks when I started, it was an online training program. But because this was 20 years ago, because online stuff was not yet, Africa was not ready for online.
No.
So I created this book, Power Talks Business Institute.
So you wrote that
for the course. Yes, I wrote this.
Okay.
But this is not for sale. This is, 400 pages of grammar.
So it's like a business
planning
manual.
A manual. So we ran the courses online, and then people got this as an accompanying manual for this.
Nice. Okay.
So that is where that whole dream started from. But we were not ready for 100% online.
Okay.
So,
but you were obviously you were ahead of the game.
We now began to go out to train, to do all that. But we were still looking here. Okay. Now, the concept of street.
Yes.
We actually have a company called the Street Hub. The company is called the Street Hub Limited. And then we now have the Street University, we have Street High, we have Street Corporate.
Underneath the Street Hub.
Absolutely.
So
the Street University is a place where anything you want to learn, you have a place where you can come and learn it. Anything from baking a cake to making jollof rice, to learning how to do makeup, to learning child psychology.
By my girl Fumi?
Yes, by learning child psychology, leadership, name it.
Yes.
That is the platform. So we have
Okay.
created a platform where people can come from all over, anywhere. We have facilitators. I have facilitators from the United States. I have facilitators from the Middle East. I have facilitators from all over the world. And they
Amazing.
are on that platform. Now, anybody who wants to learn anything can
Yes.
come on that platform
So
and they
I,
learn.
18-year-old girl who's finished high school, I decided that I want to be, yeah, I don't know, I want to run a restaurant. I don't want to get into hospitality.
You will find somebody who will be able to teach you and lead you. Because think of it, the founders of, and this is why I keep reading. I'll probably do a few more degrees in my lifetime.
I'm
You know,
sure. I
I'll
don't
probably
doubt
do
it.
a few more because I always want to just read to, and in my studies, but listen to the most shocking thing I
What?
found out. The most shocking thing I found out was this,
Hmm.
that the first university, the first degree awarding university in the world
Yes.
was Al Karoun University in Fez in Morocco. It was
In
started in
Morocco.
it was started in 859 AD by
I think I know this, yeah.
a woman called Fatima Al Fihiri. Now,
A
listen,
woman. Can you say
a
that
woman.
one more time?
It was started by a woman. But do you know the
Uh-huh.
irony of it? Do you know the irony of the twisted world in which we live? It was
What?
started in 859 by a woman, but the university did not admit women until 1940s.
What?
That's a story for another day. But
Oh,
I discovered that the earliest, the early founders of the earliest university were not graduates. They were not graduates. Where would they have gotten their degree?
tell me the story exactly. Obviously, like that's 1 + 1 equals does not equal 2 there.
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
So, what was the model? It was mentorship and apprenticeship.
Aha.
So, so these guys start a university, they start a tertiary institution, and they decide we are going to give people a piece of paper and we're going to call it a degree, and that thing has stuck for centuries. We need to challenge that.
Oh,
And there's a book here.
bless you. Yes.
This one
What?
is called Mastery
A
by Robert Greene.
mastery.
Mastery. And he talks a lot about apprenticeship and stuff like that. And I realized, what's wrong with us? Unfortunately, we are so paper driven. That's why I don't even like talking about what degree I have or anything. Because, if we elevate that, then the person that does not have that will feel that they are at a disadvantage. And
Dr.
that is
Wale,
not true.
I'm going to step in right here because what I teach, okay, I mean, makeup artistry has never been a career that somebody will uphold or like thought it could be a career. But what I teach everyone who comes under me is learning under somebody who's a professional in that field is only like that will give you the best education on the planet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, go
Absolutely.
on.
And even in the Bible, now my theological side will come out. Even in the Bible, that was the model. Moses, Joshua, Elijah, Elisha, Jesus, the disciples, Paul, Timothy, and it goes on and on. That was the model. I think because of, I don't know what it is, we are so papers conscious.
For no good reason.
And I interact with a lot of colleagues in the academic fields, and I say, look, my friend, you are a professor of business. but you've never run a business. So
is that the most ridiculous thing? Like, can you imagine me like starting this business from scratch and going to pitch my business to get funding from somebody who's never run a business and is questioning all sorts of things?
and that's the same thing we see even in banks, and that's why, do you know that no mainstream bank has ever funded a startup?
I
No mainstream bank.
I do not doubt it
There
for
is
1 minute.
book. By the time I'm through, you would have all my books. There's another
I'll just take a drive there tomorrow and pick them all up.
I'm looking for this book that was, there was a story there of.
What's it called?
Just hold on 1 sec. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, all right, I'm here.
Yes, this is it. It's called Cracking the Millionaire Code.
Okay.
Now, do you know? Listen here. You won't believe this. Hotmail. The company was launched on July. Remember Hotmail, the email?
Of hotmail.com, yeah.
The company was launched on July 4, 1996, with $300,000 of borrowed money. It was sold on December 31st, 1997, 18 months later, to Microsoft for $400 million. 18
oh my
months.
God.
From 300,000 to 400 million. Now, how couldn't a bank see that opportunity?
And that is 19 and in the 90s, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Until today, they still don't see this. I can attest. What is it? And I mean, angel investors, like like individuals who have who have built some money here and there. They're the ones who are understanding how to grow intelligent new businesses.
Yes.
The banks, the institutions are still archaic until today.
And do you know what I foresee happening? You see,
What?
There are different areas, just like, think of it, the phone. Let's look at the evolution of the phone.
Yeah.
From those big rotor phones.
The other, which my children will never. They're like, oh my God, what is that?
Yeah, and then the massive mobile phone that was a single function phone.
The biggest things ever.
And then you now look at our phones today.
So
the phones have changed. You look at the cars of yesterday, the cars of today, they have changed. The television of yesterday, televisions of today.
There's cars that you put there's cars that you put a charger in the garage to charge the car.
But do you know the classroom, especially in Africa, the classroom of today is not different from the classroom of yesterday.
Which is how big,
that is why
a pity is that.
That is why the dreamers cannot sit in the classroom. They have to drop out of school because the classroom contains them. It contains them. And that is part of what we want to disrupt with the street university.
So street university, you said, has also a high school situation. Well, tell me.
We are about to launch that. Because what we're doing is we're working with teachers who are coming on the platform.
Okay.
They're bringing their curriculum. And so the beauty of that is that a student in Nigeria can be taught by a teacher in Kenya, and we register them for IGCSE, so it's just a whole new world. It's a whole new world.
And you know what? This is how it must be.
Yeah.
We can't be doing what we were doing before. No, no,
And
no, no.
when
And
you
if
look at the generation that changed the world,
yes,
I mean, I like watching things too. If you watch The Men Who Built America,
okay,
you know, the
yes,
generation that changed the world, you think they had to go through a lot of the things we go through today? No. They knew what they were doing and they went straight to the learning of their trade.
yeah,
You know, in Africa, you find that education and our environment are not connected. So that's why we can have crude oil under the ground in Nigeria, yet for a long time up till now, you find out that it is companies like Shell. So you find that companies are from the Netherlands, from France, are the ones that are taking the oil in Africa and getting the best out of it.
Wale,
Why
what
don't
about
we have
coffee in Kenya,
why don't
which
we
falls
have
out there and comes
yeah,
back ground, and we buy
why
it in
don't
in,
we
in the
have
supermarket?
why don't we have specialized colleges that are tied to the resources in every area? So
Yes.
that means Taita Taveta, for instance, should
Mm-hmm.
have the best gemstone or whatever processing in the whole of Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
We need to tie
even me,
industry to resources.
for my industry, like we have all the best aloe here,
Yeah.
but I have to import aloe, or the best coconut, but I have to
And,
import it pressed and processed.
and when I was in school in economics, they taught us location and localization of industry. But we don't seem to, it's just theory. That's the problem. You
That's
know,
it.
so I
And
feel just
it's a
like
lot
we
of
are
talk.
disrupting, just like we are disrupting the educational system globally, I believe the banking system is also ripe for a disruption.
Oh my!
The
And if for nothing
banking
else, you know
system
what?
is ripe.
I
And
keep
I
I keep
would
I
tell
keep
you,
saying, yeah. Go on, go on.
no, think of it. So you have the advent of cryptocurrency is something that, listen, you have an ecosystem. If we
Mm-hmm.
build an ecosystem of, listen, 10 million subscribers, look at Facebook with 1 billion subscribers. Now, Facebook, before you know what's happening, will have their own currency for Facebook transactions.
I would not be shocked. Yes.
Now, what does that mean? Why is that phenomenal? That means, just like with PayPal, that means we are transacting in an ecosystem. All right. And
Yep.
there's a book here that
Another one.
this was the
With
Jewish
me.
phenomenon.
The
The Jewish
Jewish
phenomenon.
phenomenon.
And
Uh-huh.
in this one, it talks about the Jewish ecosystem. That $1, and this is where Africans we miss it, and that's where you and I need to really pull together to help Africans.
Yes.
In the Jewish phenomenon, it says that $1 in the hand of a Jew will go around 8 other Jews before it goes to a non-Jew.
Uh-huh.
So they built such a powerful ecosystem.
Yes.
Now, can you imagine when, because we are growing, our target is to have 1 million subscribers by the end of 2021.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have 1 million subscribers
Mm-hmm.
at the Street University. Now guess what? And all those subscribers are now trading amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They are all trading amongst themselves.
Yes.
This is secondary. Our primary purpose is education, but you can see a secondary possibility
Yeah.
there. and this is what we need to do.
How
Now, when
huge
such things begin to
a
happen,
difference
I'm
would that
working with
make?
a bank that I'm working with a bank that's also creating, this is one of the forward bank, really forward-looking banks. But I won't mention their name because that will be
Yeah.
tantamount to endorsement.
Okay.
But they're
Sure.
creating an ecosystem, also. Now, but you think of it. If Street University will create an ecosystem of 1 million people, 1 million people who are trading with themselves. So I need to learn this, I come here. Then I hear, oh, Suzie has a shop in the Street University Mall. Because I am positioning this to be the world's biggest learning mall, Africa's first learning mall. Now, so you come in there, you realize, wow, Suzie has this in her mall. And then we have our own currency.
Okay.
We have our own currency to transact, business.
Yeah.
That's going to disrupt the whole banking system as we know it.
And
M-Pesa, most people
as needed
to keep money on M-Pesa. That's a disruption right there.
Oh,
but
completely.
Innovation does not stop. Innovation does not stop with M-Pesa. There is another level, and that's what we're talking about.
Do you know how many times I go, I go talking all over the world about Kenya and Africa and Suzie Beauty and whatever, and people know so little.
Yeah.
And then I have to even just be like, hey, have you guys? Does anyone know what's M-Pesa? And like all the Europeans, like whatever, they're like, what is what? What is? Nobody knows. And this has changed lives.
Yeah, but I can tell you why M-Pesa is so phenomenal. Remember what I said about tying education to resources. We must also tie solutions to problems. Now, M-Pesa will not work in a system that everybody has cards that are working even in the grassroots. M-Pesa is not needed there.
Nobody even has a bank account.
So M-Pesa is unique. Now, the next big breakthrough in money technology is not going to be mobile money. That space has been taken. It's time
to go further.
Yes,
I agree. And yes, and yeah, complete evolution. Let's keep evolving.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people ask me, oh, are you nervous that more people will come up with their own product lines? I'm like, the more the merrier, and they'll probably come up with like more inventive stuff than I would have thought of. So why not?
The greatest tribute to innovation is imitation. Oh wow, your picture froze. Are you there?
There, you're back. I can hear you. Okay, there you are. Okay.
I said the greatest tribute to innovation is imitation.
Absolutely.
If you develop something and nobody is copying you, then it's crap. It doesn't make sense.
Then you have done nothing.
Yes.
I agree. So fine. You have talked to me about so many things that now, like, I have a full page of notes that I have to now go through and learn more, because every time I have a conversation with you, I have to learn 100 more things. So let's take it soft. How's the family? You have your lovely wife and your 2 boys and my girl Fumi.
They're very well.
What's going on with everyone?
Everybody is, I was telling Taiwo today, I was so excited. I have a production studio downstairs where we do all our shows and all that. So I was in the studio, and I came out. We're editing something. I came out of the studio, and Ola has his own sound studio. So he was producing some music.
He's how old now? He's how old?
Ola is 23. He was producing his music. Then Tom was having a meeting.
And he's how old?
Tomide was having a meeting, also working. Tomide is 27.
Oh my God.
Also working. And then Fumi and Taiwo were recording cooking content. They were recording cooking content for Street University. And I said,
oh my gosh.
I said, Taiwo, isn't it amazing? Every single person was working.
In the compound.
Yes.
So and then Taiwo is I don't know why you can't remember this. Like, we came over for dinner with the boys and Eric, and she had this incredible chili like condiment that she had made that was on the side, and I'm like, I'm not leaving unless you send me home with like a bit of it, like you pack it up for me. And it was so delicious. So that is amazing. That cooking thing, that is I'll move in the right direction.
Yeah, Taiwo can cook.
And then Fumi is such a talent. Like, she can teach me some things. She can do some things on my face that I could never do. So
she does stuff.
You've done. You have done good. You've done good. You've done good. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy to know you and love you and call you my very, very, very good friend. So anything else you want to cover? Anything else you want to talk about that we haven't talked about inside of what you're doing and what you have coming up, maybe?
I just want people to go to the streetuniversity.com.
Streetuniversity.com.
The Street University.
TheStreetUniversity.com.
Yes. And then on my social media pages, Facebook, Wale Akinyemi resource page, you get a
Wale Akinyemi resource page. I follow those religiously.
Yes,
so
and then Twitter and all that. Yeah.
And
let's develop this continent together.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. And even if we don't completely relish in the fruits of our labor, they will be relished.
Absolutely.
You know this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I am such a passionate African. I'm such an optimistic African that I believe, I know it like I know my name, Africa will be great in my lifetime.
A million percent.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, let's take that back. Africa is already great. And I keep saying, Africa is not the next frontier, it is the frontier.
It is the frontier. I love that.
Yeah. So let's keep doing this.
Absolutely. I'm here.
And I cannot wait to see you soon after this madness is over.
I know, and we will. When you're coming, I'll be so nice to Taiwo for like 2 days in advance, so she will cook us a storm.
I know. Oh, please.
I'll be so well behaved, but it will help if also you call her and you tell her that, oh, Taiwo, you remember that? She'll be nice.
I will give her a personal call. Don't even worry about it. Yes.
She'll be very nice. So
give all of them my love.
Will do.
And this has been amazing. And thank you so much for your time, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my dear.
And now we wrap up another episode of the Suzie Wokabi podcast. Oh, Dr. Wale.
Yeah.
So you see, I have merch. I have merchandise. So I know like this is your garb, what you're wearing right now. I don't know that you'd
Yes.
even appreciate like, a hoodie or whatever, but I'm going to send to the fam.
Okay. Thank
Yeah?
you. On their behalf,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay. Love you
Everything I am
so
giving,
much.
wherever I go, I'm giving all sorts of things, nice things. My family somehow think that is their entitlement for me giving them.
They are entitled. So, okay, mine also. These little boys think they deserve everything on the planet. Yes.
That is life.
This is our life.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you,
All
thank
right,
you.
love. Thank you so much.
And bye, everybody. And tune in for the next episode of the Suzie Wokabi podcast. Bye.